Welcome back to the Cup Check Podcast, episode 15. This is where buddies get together to discuss sports, relationships, culture, current events, and everything in between. Nothing is off limits. We've been friends for over 20 years. We rarely agree on anything. So, with no further ado, here we go. How y'all doing?
Oh man, I'm great. I just can't. I just got a great question, but I don't want nobody to think it's personal. So, but I'm gonna ask it any damn way.
Aren't all the questions personal? I feel like they are personal.
They're debate questions. So
yeah, they're directed to somebody.
No,
they come from somewhere.
They come from these apps, man. Whatever.
So, in honor of episode 15, we're going to go with a new format for the day. I like the mug, man. Do epic shit. That's a pretty cool mug. Is he frozen or is he just
looking like he's frozen?
See how I did that? That shit was kind of cool, right?
No.
He definitely do. He definitely does that shit at work.
I do that for work.
Yeah.
I do that for work all the time.
He's be like,
all the time. All the time.
So yeah, we're going off the cuff for the full episode. We have some debate questions that each of us have prepared, and none of us know what each of us are going to ask. So that's what it is. All right. I guess I'll get it started. Which would you prefer? Great head and decent sex, or decent head and great sex? Which would you prefer? You can get one or the other. You can either get great head and decent sex, or you get decent head with great sex.
I'm going with the latter. Decent head and great sex all day. It's not even close.
Yeah, not even close.
Not even close for me. Nah.
It has to be the decent head and the great sex.
Yeah.
Not even close. Not even debatable.
Nah.
Why not?
No.
Why not?
Oh, it's the second part of the question? Oh.
Why
no,
not?
I'm just saying. What's your reason? Why is it not debatable?
All right, so let's dive into this, right?
Literally.
Decent head and great sex. So if you get good head, terrible sex, I mean, yeah, okay.
No, terrible. It wasn't terrible sex. It's decent sex. It's sufficient. It's sufficient sex.
Okay, give me what is sufficient sex. What does that mean?
I mean, it's wet. It's good.
Does that mean that I'm
gonna sit this one out?
I'm just stroking because I just want it to be over. Like,
no, that's not decent sex. I mean, decent sex is just. I mean, it's cool. It's good. I mean, you have good sex. You get your nut. The girl's wet. She enjoys it. Like there's just nothing spectacular about it. But the head is spectacular, or vice versa. Head is like, it's cool. I can get by with it, and then the sex is spectacular.
So are you climaxing off the head, or are you just getting it like as a precursor, as a warm up?
It's foreplay.
The decent head, yeah. Decent head is just basically like.
No?
Decent head is just
just a couple of licks, and then she's telling you to put it in.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. I mean, I think we've been in. I think we've all been in those situations where we've all been in those situations where the head is great, and then you about to just explode, and then she's like, "Oh, just put it in." And you're like, "What the fuck? Like I'm done
have nothing left.
I have nothing left." Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, I'm not interested in that life.
No,
I'm not.
You gotta at least want some vaginal you gotta want some vaginal activity too.
I think I've always kind of been that way though, which is weird in itself. But yeah, I have never put like a big thing on oral sex. Like, yeah, it's great and all, but it's not like it's always been nice to have for me. Never been like a mandatory. That's just me. Nice to have. Oh, you did that? All right, cool.
Well,
now,
you said it's not mandatory.
Town.
You said it's not mandatory.
Town. Huh?
You said it's not mandatory.
No, it's never been mandatory. Like, it's a nice to have, but I don't. I wouldn't. Well, let me rephrase that. So, I would say like I don't need it as much as I prefer intercourse. There. Did I say that right?
See, I went the other way.
But I know people that's the other way though.
Yeah.
I know people like that too. And that's,
I think I would be. Just because I don't know, probably because I'm lazy like that, I guess.
No, I want sex.
Because it's not that the sex is bad. Like the sex is still good. But some amazing head, like that's there's no pressure. You ain't got to worry about pleasure in the woman. You got to worry about whether or not you're gonna nut quick. You have like no worries. You just lay back You just lay back, you relaxed,
So
and you chilling. You know what I'm saying?
You got a
just,
point. You got a point.
So
there's
you're
nothing.
obviously not a pleaser. You're not a pleaser.
No, I am. But that's
you
the
just
problem.
said you laying back and you like.
No, I'm saying
I'm
that
done.
with the head.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Exactly.
Both ways.
Well, I'm saying with the head.
thing.
Yeah, I'm not trying to do shit while I'm getting head. I'm trying to enjoy that shit.
I'm talking about after you're done.
Backrest
Oh,
Rob.
no, after you're done, if I didn't, yeah, obviously if we're gonna have sex, you're gonna have to put in work.
Backrest.
But that's the problem. Is I do want to please. So if while I'm having sex, I'm thinking about that shit, I'm not relaxed. I'm gonna enjoy it, but you know, when you getting head, you ain't gotta think about shit. But
yeah,
butterflies and rainbows, you know what I'm
that's
saying?
True getting head. But I'm like, all right, that's enough. Get your ass like let's
get to it. Let's get to it.
I'm like it's just, it's like because then it becomes like, all right,
you know why I'm here.
Not so much now. Yeah, exactly. And then it's like then it's the goofy looks on the face, and it's just like, yo, like stop looking at me. Like, why are you looking like like don't make eye contact. I just say look, like I don't want to go through that process of trying to figure out, oh, what's my correct head face? Like I'm supposed to be like like I don't what's the proper look you supposed to
Hey, don't
have?
ever make that face though.
I'm just saying I don't want to have that. Like, oh
you have to appear that you like it, man. What do you mean?
Yeah, but it's not appearance.
Positive feedback, man. Positive feedback.
I understand, but it's just a lot of work. There's a lot of work.
But you're looking at her if you know that she's looking at you.
We looking at each other. We just some dumbasses looking at each other.
That's because she looking at you like, nigga, can I stop? And you looking like, what
you
gonna
put
at me for?
It's a look for it's the look for approval. You want the approval.
You gonna put it in?
We all want that approval face, right? I guess on some level.
Good job face. Like
yeah,
you're doing a great job.
Shit, lie to me. Like you know, but nah, I don't want to deal with all that. So nah, let's just pound town.
All right.
Let's get to it.
All right. All right. Who's next, man?
Go ahead, Roy.
Here's one. Do you guys believe in setting rules in your relationship? So give me some context. So there's rules in relationships such as, like for me, like never want to go to bed angry, you know, keep your communication channel open always, you know, you can criticize, but don't hurt, like fighting fair, you know, take and give personal time. Do you believe in having rules in your relationship?
You know, just the fact that you said for you, I appreciate the growth that I see in you.
It's not about me, man.
You just said for you. I'm like,
I was giving you an example.
I thought you were talking about yourself.
Well, yeah, I am, but I didn't want to say myself.
Grown up, man. I just appreciate that.
Thanks, Ray.
No, I definitely think there should be some type of rule. I want to say rules, though. I don't know if you can call them rules.
They're rules. Right. I say why I call it rules because
you want to definitely you don't want to go to bed angry. You know, you want to avoid that by all costs, right? You know, and some of the I forgot what else you said. I was kind of tuned out, but
not so much those rules. I'm just saying in general, like if you have rules in your relationship, you know,
general, but then when you say rules, right? Are you talking about like gender rules? Because you know some people fall. Okay, so just
rules of engagement that we have set in our relationship. Like these are things like that we guidelines. Yeah, basically, right.
Yeah, no, I agree. You definitely need some type of something like a blueprint, guidelines, whatever that you follow. You know, so you do fight fair and you don't, you know, hurt each other and you know how to communicate and things like that, right? Because otherwise, you're running ragged, you know, pretty much. So
yeah.
No, I agree. I think having some type of guidelines or some type of like house rules, so to speak, I think is good. You know, it's just a matter of having an understanding between each other that, you know, this is why we're doing this and this is why it's important. Yeah. But when you say rules, like what are the consequences of breaking the rules?
We don't get along. we bumping heads. Like,
right.
You know,
so there are rules specifically to keep the peace in the home, or essentially, or to make things efficient.
Correct. All the above.
Right.
All everything that's needed to have a well-oiled machine of a relationship, if that's how you want to put it. And I feel like personally, those rules are important to have because, so like you guys said it, like you got to have a foundation, like a guidelines based guidelines for your foundation, basically, is what I'm getting at. You know, and what it's going to be built off of and things of that sort. And if you don't, why are you even in a relationship?
I agree.
Whatever.
I guess we all agree on one.
Hey, go team.
JT.
All right, cool. So, man, I got a bunch of them, but we'll just go with this one. What are the pros and cons of office love?
There are no pros. Next question.
No.
There's no pros, dude.
Office
like
pros. The pros are afternoon delight.
First of all, what are we? All right,
that's
office
the pro.
love is like office fuck buddy, right? Because no one's loving each other in the office like that.
So are you saying that people haven't met in the workplace and really developed relationships?
I'm not saying that doesn't happen. I'm saying it has happened. It doesn't happen often. You ask me, do I like the question, right?
Yeah.
No, there's no pros to it, because more often than not, I would say 90. This is my personal opinion. 95% of the time, the shit don't end well. It's just not going to. You know, like I've learned that from experience in the past, in my younger days. Like, it ain't that serious either, you know. So it just never ends well. And then you gotta look at that motherfucker every day. It's just good. And then everything you thought was attractive about him is not anymore. You know what I'm saying?
You sound like you're speaking from personal experience.
Oh,
I definitely am.
He heard over there.
You know what I'm saying? We got to sell these phones on the same floor and shit. Like, let me stop. Damn.
Hope whoever that is listens to this too.
Hey, shout out to former life.
Verizon Wireless.
I've worked for every phone company, by the way, so you can't say it's
Sprint. Hey man,
right, so no pros, all cons is what y'all saying.
Yeah, I don't feel there's any pros in it other than convenience, if you want to call that a pro.
I say the only pro is like afternoon delight, man. You know what I'm saying? A little lunchtime action.
Yeah, someone asks, hey, what you want for lunch?
Yeah, I agree with Roy's cons though.
Yeah.
It ends bad, and then you just got to see this motherfucker every day. Like, damn, man.
That's the part that sucks, because you have no reprieve. Like, you have to see this person unless you quit jobs, and people do that. They quit their job, they switch positions, they switch departments, all that stuff. I mean, that's just a lot of stuff that you got to go through because, oh, you know what? This didn't work out. I like somebody else, or I like somebody too.
So what about the people in the office romances, office loves that? I'm gonna say this is a pro because I've known this to happen. You know, they get in that relationship with that supervisor, that manager, and they end up promoting their way up through the chains to get higher positions. That's a pro for them.
For them, they
got a better career.
Sure, it's a pro for them, but I mean, I just look at it from the standpoint of, like, at some point, long term is not going to end well, and they probably gonna get dismissed together at some level, on some point, because it's like that ends up happening. You know, it's just one of those things. Like, because I've seen it happen before too. Like, yeah, I've seen them like, oh, they got promoted because I mean, they fucking each other. All right, but I got no proof because I ain't seen it. You know, it's just we all know.
So you making them anonymous HR calls, huh?
Nah, I just noticed they've been sweating and it ain't from watching Cops. You know, like coming back to the office. And I'm like, Cops don't come on as early. Like, what's that about?
Hair all wild.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
shirt all wrinkled.
Why are you sweating? I was watching
Cops. Yeah. Just say I was having some sex. Okay, cool. Right, nah, so man.
It's back to Rob.
I'm trying to figure out which one of these I want to go with. I'm going to go with the serious one
we got time, man. So use as many as you can.
All right, I'm gonna do the serious one first. All right, so y'all know what I do. So I deal with kids and parents and all that kind of stuff. So I witnessed a dad, black family. The dad, the kid was, acting up. Not even really acting up bad, but just doing what the kid usually does. And the dad pulled him to the side and grabbed him by his neck, like throat.
Oh shit!
Going in on him and holding him, whatever. The kid's crying, and So my question is, why in our community do we feel we have to discipline kids the way that we do? Right. And when I say our community, the black minority community, black, even, Latino, whatever, you don't see that happening in the white families, white communities for the most part. So why do we feel like, we have to do that in our community? Because you see it often. So I see it often. So,
Yeah.
why do y'all think that is?
Shoot. So as a parent, man, I mean, I don't think I ever grabbed my kid by the throat. I wouldn't do that. But I think it's like a certain toughness, man, that, like dads, for one, try to put, or have to put on for their kids, right? You have to be the tough one in the family and whatnot. But so that toughness comes with the discipline that you have to show too. But there has to be a line that you don't cross, right? I know when I was coming up, my mom used to beat me. It wasn't go sit in the corner. No, got my ass whooped, man, as a kid. And now it's like, okay, I think that contributed to who I am today in a sense, right? But then still, I don't do that to my kids. But I have sons, so I got to be tough on them. So what I admit, I punch my sons in the chest, like, hard. Like, shit, I'm telling you to not do something, whatever. I'm gonna treat you like a young man. I'm not gonna grab you by your throat and choke you, shit like that. But I gotta definitely do something to where they listen, right? Because every kid's gonna respond differently, right?
Yeah.
So you can go put a kid in timeout, they ain't learn shit, or you can spank a kid, they ain't gonna learn shit. You gotta, however you're disciplining your kid, you need to make sure that they're learning why they're being disciplined, and to not do that again, right? It has to be a lesson behind it, not you just whooping ass or choking your kid out and then, all right, cool. They'll get the picture, because they're not, unless you're explaining it.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, it's like the physical aspect of it has to have a lesson behind it. I mean, I don't have any kids to speak on about that, but I mean, shit, you don't need to have kids to know what's right and what's wrong. But like, if you're gonna go that route of physical discipline, you need to, there needs to be a talk behind it too. I personally feel like, you can talk to your kids, and you shouldn't have to like do things like that, like choke them out in public. I mean, that has a lasting effect on them growing up. I mean, mental health, all these things they
Trauma.
get, it's trauma that comes with that as well. So it's things like that I feel like, a parent would want to be aware of to begin with. I don't care what that child is doing. It's just one of those things that you give them to look like, I'm going to deal with this later with you, and then leave it at that, but yeah, I agree with what you said about, needs to be a lesson behind it. And also you guys just be aware, just how we were raised is not how the world is anymore. Kids have access to so much stuff now that they know that, oh, that's physical abuse. Oh, I can report you. Oh, I can divorce you. Like, it's shit that happens now that we would never dare to do because we were so scared. Now they just like, shit, I'll do it. They'll run off, everything. So it's just things that you got to be aware of, I think of as a parent that, right. Like, where you gonna go? Right. So I agree with that too.
Good luck.
Yeah. That's crazy though.
Yeah, I feel like
I'll describe that.
I feel like as parents in our community, you got to be more like physically authoritative, because I feel like there's more weight on Black and brown kids to get things right and not screw up, since we're already at a disadvantage to begin with. So I feel like that plays a big role, where it's like, you've seen it where you go somewhere and you around some folks who are a little more well-to-do, and your kid is acting the ass, and you gotta be like, hey man, you can't be acting like that around these people. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I feel like that's like a stigma. And then so that discipline comes from that place too, of like, nah, my kid ain't gonna end up, like this or like that. And yeah, but I see it far too often, man. I'm like, I can't, like, it's sad, but like, it is what it is at this point. But yeah.
But you notice that the minority communities don't grow up to do some of the stuff that some of the other communities do too.
Right.
I contribute that to the way that we're disciplined, when we're coming up, because
we ain't lighting up schools and doing other stuff like this. Yeah.
Right. Pro and con.
Yeah. All right, go ahead.
Get your ass beaten. Same like. I'll loosen it up a little bit. All right, here's one. Do you shower before getting into bed every night, or do you feel that's a necessity? Washing your ass before you lay down to go to bed, is that a necessity?
For me, go ahead.
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, I'll say for me, most times, yes. But there are times where I don't. Like if I don't have, like if I have a easy ass day, I've been in the house all day, I ain't did shit, then yeah, I might do it in the morning. But for the most part, for me, I mean, obviously, what I do, I'm teaching classes and doing stuff. So pretty much every night I have to shower before I get my ass in bed. Like, one, I ain't trying to get smelly ass all on my sheets and stuff like that, and germs and other stuff. And two, in case something pops off that night, I ain't trying to be smelly and shit either. You know what I mean? Like, I want to make sure, ready to go. Ready to go.
She gonna roll over and be like, "You smell like outside."
Okay, I gotta remove all the barriers possible. You know what I'm saying?
Man, so I had to agree with what he said, man. Definitely feel like it's nothing like that feeling, man, when you hit your sheets and you fresh out the shower at night. That's like the best feeling, man. But then, when you had those easy days, or you drunk or whatever, it's whatever, man.
Drunk,
yeah. You like, man, look, I'm gonna hit it in the morning. I just can't. I'm not gonna do it.
Can't do it.
Yeah. So no, get your smelly ass in the shower though. I work in healthcare, so I'm coming home. Got all the people's patients' germs on me for the day. Yeah, that got to come off.
Yeah,
sure.
That makes sense. Yeah, I would tend to agree with that. I would probably say, I agree.
Tend to?
No, I say I tend to agree because, like, I'm not in the professions that you guys are in, so my level of germishness, whatever you want to call it, doesn't occur as frequent. However, like if I have a slow day, if I'm working from home, probably will be like, all right, I'm gonna hit this in the morning. Or drunk for sure. I may get drunk, and I'm no good anyway tonight, so it don't even matter. Like, don't touch me anyway, But nah, it's one of those things. Like, I agree. Like, it's do it if it's necessary. You should know what's necessary, and if you've been around just chilling at the crib, save water. Shit.
It's a drought out here.
Save the water. I mean, it's a smelly, smelly penis. Okay. I mean, okay. Next question.
So you basically saying that you go to bed with smelly penis and smelly ass sometimes. That's what you're saying.
That's wet wipes and stuff. You can do like a little whole bath or stuff like that. If you feel, just to make sure that you good. But I mean, I'm just saying, whatever.
Like, piggybacking off of that, do y'all not that I mean, I don't really want to know like that, but I figured like it's a good.
You asked me, I'm
question.
telling you.
Do y'all sleep naked? Or have you ever slept naked?
No. Okay. No, I have a phobia. Like, I don't know. It's crazy.
What?
I promise you. Like, it's just so strange. It goes.
Oh, here it is.
What?
Nah, it goes back to growing up and Deborah running in on me a few times on Raymond Ave. And I always have that image in the back of my head. So it's hard for me to get like naked, like fully naked. It's crazy. Like, I don't get naked. Like, I don't, man.
Even when you having sex? You want to mix with your socks on?
That's what I'm talking about.
Socks on and your beater?
I'm a sock guy. I am a sock guy.
Got them tube socks.
I really had to think about it. I'm like, oh shit, I should probably take my clothes off. But naturally, nah. No, I'm so used to just jumping up, pulling my pants up. Oh shit. Running out somebody out,
Oh my God.
Like that shit got put in my head a long time ago, man. But it's work. I'm working on it. I'm working on being naked. Yeah, this is awkward now. Working on it. It's okay. It's a safe space.
Terrible.
JT, what about you, man?
What, the nakedness? Nah,
Yeah,
man, I can't do it, man. I don't
See?
know what it is.
See?
I don't know what it is. Yeah. I the shirt and all that. I can go.
Yeah.
Draw? No, I gotta have something on.
See?
Yeah. No,
it's not just me. Rob got that look like Rob a butt ass naked dude. I bet he.
I wasn't.
Naked.
I wasn't until like literally probably like a month ago.
Okay. See?
I said, you know what? I'm gonna try this shit out. It's pretty amazing. Like, it's very comfortable.
It's very comfortable.
It's very comfortable.
I've heard stories.
It's very free. Feels great. Feels great for me.
Oh man, it's hard for me, man. Like I know tons of people that like that's just how they roll,
Right.
And I don't knock it. I actually kind of envy it sometimes. I'm like, man, I ain't got that trigger in me, man. I don't have that. I'm not wired like that. But nah, it's a comfort thing. I'm like, I am not comfortable right now. Like if somebody come busting up in this house, I ain't got shit. I'm butt ass naked. I ain't fighting nobody naked. I'm going in the corner calling for help too. Like, the fuck? At least I got my socks on. I can kind of like, all right, I can maneuver a little
Oh
bit.
my God.
You know what I mean? I'm like, man.
You're gonna be sliding them church
Slide
socks.
like
Yeah. got the leather socks on in the bed. The straps around straps around your kneecaps.
Strapped to your drawers.
Get my suspenders.
Yeah.
Like, let's do this. Let's do this. Yeah,
man. Whoever that is gonna have to run out. Hey, man, no, never mind, man. I'm out.
Yeah, man.
I'll find another house.
Like, yeah, I'm thinking fires are gonna happen. The zombie apocalypse might start. I don't want to be butt ass naked. I'll be thinking about weird shit like that. Yeah. So.
All right, look, I got two more. All right, hold on. All right, I'm trying to think of which one out of these ones.
Bucket naked.
How do you tell if one is committed or not?
What?
How do you tell if someone is committed or not
in a relationship?
What else? What the fuck else would I be talking about?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, how do you tell if your partner is committed or not?
That's an open-ended question.
It's a faith. It's a faith thing.
Yeah.
You gotta. Like, I don't think you ever really know.
I don't think there's a tangible thing that you could point to.
There's no right answer. This is just your thought process on what do you think.
I don't think you ever really know. Like.
Yeah,
it's a faith thing, and it's based on how they move on a regular basis, right? Like whatever those guidelines that y'all have, like we talked about earlier, your rules or whatever, like based on how they move with that, based on how they move with just in general how they roll, like just I feel like you formulate your own beliefs based on that, like. Yeah,
so I agree, right?
All true.
I think it's hard to tell, to be honest.
Yeah,
all true.
I agree, right? It's definitely faith. Like you're stepping out on faith and believing that this person is committed to the relationship.
I got a caveat to that though,
which takes a lot of trust, right? You have to trust this person and believe in them, and whatnot to feel like okay, they're committed. Now, does love come before commitment? Or does commitment come before love?
So before I answer that question, I would say consistency is the one thing I can say I can point to. I look for. It don't matter what it is. Consistency. Be who you say you're gonna be, and stick to that person. Good, bad, or indifferent. That's what I look for. But to answer your second part of your question, I think commitment comes before love. I actually personally, and that was probably one of the questions I was going to ask about where does love rank in relationship? I don't think love is the number one factor in a relationship at all. I don't.
We can get to your third question.
I'm not going to ask that though. I was saying I was going to, but no, I think commitment comes. I think commitment is more. It comes before love. I do.
All right. So if a commitment comes before love, and love is something that you feel, right?
Yeah.
But commitment is something that you're going on faith about.
Yeah.
So how does commitment come before it if this is just something that you?
Because I can love you and not be committed to you. Plain and simple. I mean,
can you know?
I love lamb.
If you're in a relationship, I love lamb.
No, I mean
we're talking about a relationship.
No, I'm just saying, in a relationship, I think a lot of times people tend to stay in relationships out of love, but don't mean they're committed to it. You can step out on somebody, you can do X, Y, and Z and say like, okay, I love you regardless. I'm still going to have love. I still love you, but I have this need. I'm getting this fixed over here because of whatever reason is going on that has nothing to do with love. So that's the reason I say that. That can happen. So I feel like, you can still love someone and be in a relationship.
I feel that because love, though. Because that's what I was going to get into too.
There's different types.
There's different types of love. So that
well, you didn't say that.
if you love somebody, like you said, I mean, commitment is a choice.
Correct.
You know what I mean? And so I feel like,
feeling.
yeah, and then love is more of a feeling. So it's like I get where you're coming from on that standpoint, where you can still feel love for somebody, but the commitment, making that choice to commit ain't always gonna be there.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. That's a tricky one, man.
Love can be a choice too, though. I mean,
it can be.
Yeah,
it can be. But I don't know. I don't know which would. I'm trying to go back to the which would come first. Yeah, like
egg thing.
I don't know. But I think I kind of agree that commitment may possibly come first because you're gonna. I don't know, but then will you really commit to somebody if you don't love them?
Yeah.
Why though?
You can. Because of what they do
for you
financially.
Yeah, commit to what? That's what I'm saying.
Like the lifestyle, you commit to what the person does for you.
Commit to clapping them cheeks.
All that. That don't mean I love you. I like my lifestyle. I like what you do for me financially. I like what you do for me from an emotional standpoint. That don't mean I love you. I like what you do from your physical standpoint. That don't mean I love you. I mean, there's
so being a user
ways to go about it.
So how long does that last then?
Oh, we ain't talking about. I mean, don't say it lasts.
Just being a user.
That's just, saying, hey, can I say it? I'm committed to somebody. I know people like that.
They're not really committed though. They just get their whatever needs met. They're
committed to the game, committed to the streets.
Yeah, not to that person.
Yeah.
All right.
Keep going.
We're gonna do one more.
Yeah, I got one more. So y'all go around.
All right. So this one is a agree or disagree. So I'm gonna give you a statement, and you either agree or disagree. All right. So in a relationship, this is a relationship thing. If I introduce you to a restaurant and we break up, don't go there again.
Agree. I showed you that shit. Don't bring no other motherfucker there. Agree. No.
Yeah.
No.
Agreed. Everybody agreed?
Yeah,
agree.
No. I kind of want to disagree because I don't give a damn if you go there anymore. Like,
because I'm bringing somebody else there now, and I don't want to see your ass.
If I bump into you, hey, whatever your name is,
yeah, that's true.
Good to see you again, whatever.
Nah, but they gonna claim it as is theirs, and I don't like that shit.
Yeah, they come in there like, this is my spot. This is my spot.
Ain't your spot.
I feel like it depends. It might depend on the breakup, though. You know what I mean? Like if it's an amicable breakup, maybe it's not that big of a deal. But if it's somebody that you like, I don't like your ass no more, then I feel like hell no. Why you here?
Be a little bit petty and probably like, nah, don't be here.
Why are you here?
You shouldn't come here. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna make it uncomfortable for you not to come here ever again.
Yeah, you can't benefit from my amazing taste in food. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't benefit from that.
Go eat somewhere else.
And you can't put this other food on either. Like
nah.
Don't bring his goofy ass up in here.
No.
All right, go ahead.
Roy.
Oh, that was it? Oh, I thought you had more.
Yeah, that's it.
Here's an interesting one. Dropping the pin. Are you sharing your location or not?
Who?
With your significant other, with your wife, are you sharing in a relationship? Let's say in a relationship, do you feel it's important to share your locations depending on where you're at? If you're, just saying, hey, I'm going to share my location. Do you have a problem with sharing your location? I guess is the best way to put it.
Me, I don't have a problem sharing my location. So as a minority, man, it's a blessing just to make it back home when you leave the house. Like that's real. Like I've seen memes of that online or whatever. But shit, when I leave wherever, I'll tell people, okay, I'm gonna be over here or I'm going over here.
No. Share your location.
It's
drop
the
pin.
Shit.
I can tell you where I'm at, but that don't mean that's where I'm at.
But drop the pin. If I'm saying where I'm at, that's where I'm gonna be at, motherfucker.
Nah. I'm saying that's fine. I'm saying, will you drop the pin?
Oh yeah, for what? Yeah.
Okay, that's the question. Will you drop the pin?
Yeah, drop a pin. Yeah, sure, if you got to, but you only drop a pin when you're trying to tell somebody how to get to where you are. I'm here.
What if your girl was like, hey, drop the pin, let me know where you at?
That means she don't trust you.
Well, I mean, yeah, you're right. But I'm just saying, will you have a problem with doing it? Now, you probably do it, but will you have a problem with doing it?
I have a problem.
Like the principle.
The principle behind it. Yeah.
All that to prove where I'm at.
Right.
Yeah, we have a problem.
Okay, so I agree with you on that. I would have a problem with that.
If I say I'll be over at Roy house and then you don't believe me, you want me to drop a pin, to prove that I'm at, we got a problem. Yeah, that's not cool.
Drop the pin or FaceTime you.
The FaceTime is coming too right afterward.
Right after.
The FaceTime is coming right after.
Hey,
that's when it gets tricky.
Hey, be like,
y'all not,
show Roy.
Y'all not having a good time.
I'm about to put this background on.
They'd be like, where Roy at?
Background.
Put Roy on. Put Roy on.
Huh? Oh no, he in the bathroom.
He in there clapping cheek. He in there clapping cheek.
Him busy. What you want though? What's up? No, I'm good. Yeah, he's scratching back your head. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
No, I share my location. Like, you can have like where you can check it at any time, like, location share, whatever. Like I do that with my family. But we do that just
in general.
Like, if you ain't got shit to hide, then why does it matter? You know what I'm saying? Like,
agreed.
I'm gonna be where I'm at. And if you want to check and see, go ahead, check and see. This is where I'm at. If that's what it takes for you to feel like comfortable or trust that I'm where I say I'm at, then whatever. I don't really give a damn. And then on another note, like for safety reasons, like it's a good thing to have for, with your spouse or your kids or whatever, like, being able to track where they're at. You can't get a hold of somebody and you're like, okay, this is where they're at right now. So you kind of calm yourself down if you know, like, all right, this is where they are. They ain't answering or ain't responding. But yeah, I ain't got no problem with it.
All right. Last but not least. Okay, what's your favorite category of porn?
I don't watch porn.
Jeez, that's a
favorite category. It's a two-part question. Come on, favorite category.
Category. What are the categories?
Oh, shit.
Can I pick from the category list?
All right. If you acting like you don't know the categories, forget it. All right.
I don't know the categories.
Is it okay? The rest of the question is it okay to watch porn with your significant other?
Yeah.
Yes, no.
Yeah. Why not? Absolutely. I think so. I mean, I'm not saying it should be like something that you guys just do all the time, but if it's something like, hey, let's just switch something up, then why not? Okay. Now, do I get to pick it? Do I get to pick which one? Like, because that's when it gets tricky.
Which one you picking?
If you pick it,
I don't know yet.
Category.
You set yourself up now. What you picking?
People. I mean, I don't know what I'm picking right now. It just depends what the cause, the reasoning behind it. But yeah, I mean, I don't think there's a problem with it. Like, I don't see it as like I'm not getting into an argument over it. No.
Okay, so scenario then, right?
Yes.
You watch it. She doesn't like you watching it. Or vice versa. She watches it. You don't like her watching it without you,
right?
Or whatever. Does that cause friction?
It probably could.
For sure.
It could. Yeah. I mean, you got to understand the why behind it. Like, what's the problem? And then, we talk through those things, and because it could be a reason behind it as far as like, I watch it because I'm not getting this from you. Something just open like that, for example, right? All right, and she's like, well, I just don't do those things. Okay, then we're at a standstill right now. What do you want me to do? Do you want me to go get it from somebody else? Or do you want me just kind of let me just do my thing and it is what it is? So it becomes that type of conversation, right? Because you're clearly not going to do it.
Mm-hmm. What is it?
I don't know. I'm just throwing stuff out there. All right.
I'm still trying to figure out what your category is.
I'm answering the question without answering the question.
Because some people are addicted to it, right?
No, I know.
Addicted to watching it, right?
Yeah.
So therefore, they'll sneak and watch it and whatnot, and their significant other won't even know that they're doing it.
Right.
So obviously that's a problem, right? So
it can be.
like they can't do it with their significant other.
I think it's some level of embarrassment. I mean, I think people get embarrassed by that too, by why why they do that and sneak off. And it's kind of like that, like a guilty pleasure that they just choose to want to enjoy on their own too. I mean, it's a lot of elements there that you can unpack and try to figure out the why behind it. But I don't see it as a problem if that's what they want to do, or if they say, hey, you know what, I don't like you doing that. All right, that's cool too.
So
I feel like it's.
No, go ahead.
No, I'll say I feel like it's a like you said, like it's a case by case basis based on the relationship. Like if your significant other is into it and you into it too, and y'all like to watch it together, like then it is what it is. But like personally, I used to, but I don't mess with it no more. And like I know some people in some relationships feel like watching porn is cheating, right? And so like they feel like it's technically cheating, right? I know some people who think that watching
That's
porn
wild.
is just part of their everyday normal thing, like it ain't no big deal. So
Right.
like it's there's different people and different along that spectrum, but for me personally, like I think it's I stopped because it's unrealistic. I mean, most porn is that shit ain't really happening like that. You know what I mean? And so it kind of gives you this hyped up sense of like what you expecting or what you want to be happening. And, it gives you like false expectations of what it should be and all that shit. I feel like when you're younger and you're watching that shit, you're like, hell yeah, this is what it's gonna be like. And then you get it and you're like, this is not the same. This is not what I saw on the
boring.
TV. Yeah, this shit is not what I saw on the TV. So I just feel like it just at that point it was like I have no use for it. But again, it's just it's based on a relationship. Whoever if they into it and it works for them, so be it.
Okay. All right. I think to go back to one major point you made. People think that watching it is cheating.
Yeah.
Right. So I think that's why some people will like sneak and watch it. Watch it
right.
when their person is not home or whatever. Or if they're into it, they'll watch it together. Try to get ideas or whatever they want to do. But
I don't understand why that's cheating.
I don't either, but I have heard that before.
I've heard it too. I've heard it before too. I don't understand or get that.
Yeah, I don't think it's cheating. I wouldn't consider it cheating. Like again, it goes back to those like I feel like those guidelines and rules you were talking about earlier. Like if it's like you said, if you have a significant other who's like, I don't like it, I'm not into it, or you got somebody who has like an addictive personality, and like if they catch you watch, they gonna get into it again or whatever. So like there's different reasons. In those situations, yeah, if you're doing it, then that kind of goes against whatever your guidelines or rules are. But cheating, like, nah, I wouldn't call it that.
I think that's silly. Let's call it cheating.
Stretch.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a movie. Fuck.
It's a movie.
And it's not real.
And it's not real. There's multiple takes that happen. And it all happened in one shot.
When I did watch the categories and shit, that was funny to me. Was always funny to me was like parodies. When they would like do parodies of like,
parodies,
like other movies, like real
TV
movies,
shows,
like real like actor shit. Yeah, that shit was always hilarious to me. Like, I wasn't even into it because I enjoyed it. It just was fucking hilarious. Like, it's just.
I don't think I've seen that category,
bro.
I have
Star Wars, parodies. Like whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying?
The Jeffersons,
some weird
the Cosby Show, Boys in the Hood, Minister Society. I keep going, dude. Yeah, they got parodies for all that stuff. Reno 911. I all kind of shit, man. Superheroes, like Marvel shit.
I believe
it's crazy.
It, man. They got to keep coming up with new stuff to keep people watching. So I believe it.
It's only so much you could do. All right, man. Well, good show, man. Make sure y'all listen on all podcast platforms, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, everywhere. Subscribe, follow us, like us, all that good stuff.
Share it, comment. That's okay. Hold on. So I was talking to somebody today. Like, I'll be seeing the stuff and I don't comment because other people don't comment. I said, man, they don't comment. They send messages in the DM.
Yeah.
I don't know why people are scared.
Everybody's scared
under the post.
Stop being scared.
People are afraid to put their name to stuff.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Happens. Such is life.
That's what it is.
Continue to send your messages in the DM. It's fine. We'll just respond to them there. But
with your old scary ass.
Don't be scary
ass.
it's
all good.
The Cup Check Pod on Instagram is our Instagram. Follow us there.
Mm-hmm.
We're always posting stuff, engage, and post some funny stuff on the stories. Interact with us, man. Give us y'all feedback, and if y'all have topics or thoughts or something that y'all want us to talk about, send it.
Yeah,
send it.
Easy.
I'll say it. Fuck it.
Easy. Talk about anything on here, anything and everything.
All right, man. It's been real. Episode 15. We out.
Yep, sir. Bye.
Peace.